My name's Tara. Welcome to your restorative yoga practice. Take a good seat. Let this seat be something that's sustainable, but also a seat where you can sit with a little more awareness and attention. And close your eyes. Give yourself a moment to check in. One of the things that restorative yoga does for us is it gives us a place to land and to rest. Just notice all the ways that you've moved through your day that have not been so restful. This time becomes a time where you can feel supported and settled without the responsibility of doing anything or making anything happen. By using the props you've collected, we create these structures for our rest that feel both supportive and soft, welcoming. We do a dance here between feeling the structure of the support and also allowing ourselves to relax. And sometimes those two things go hand in hand. We need to gather up and contain in order to find the places to rest and let go. Just consider for a moment why you came to this practice. What intention do you have? What qualities are you here to create? What kind of experience are you hoping to have? Join your palms together in front of your heart. Set an intention for the practice you're about to do. When we sing together the sound of Om, we take the energy behind our individual intentions and put that energy into a sound that's collective and comprehensive, one that's said to contain all of the vibrations of everything in the universe. We also sing as a way to honor the ritual and the wisdom and the traditions of yoga practice. I invite you to add your voice to mine to sing an Om. Please exhale your breath all the way out. Inhale deeply. Release your hands back down into your lap and keep your gaze soft as you blink open your eyes. All right, the first posture we're going to practice this evening requires the most amount of setup. So gather up your blocks, that's where we're going to start. The blocks or whatever other sturdy support you're using are what helps to create the structure under you that will allow you to rest. So put one of your blocks on the high side, and then put your other block on the low side. So your blocks are end to end like an L shape. Then on top of that, place your bolster. You want to make sure that when you place your bolster, that the end of the bolster is sitting firmly on the floor. And if you don't have a bolster, 2 bed pillows could work here for this. You could pile the bed pillows up on this sort of angled shape. One of your blankets is for your head. So when you fold over the blanket, fold it over into this small rectangle shape. And you'll perhaps notice that this loose edge of the blanket is on top. That will make it easy for you to tuck the edges of the blankets in around your neck and around your ears. So place that blanket at the top of your stack with the loose edges of the blanket fold on top. Next, you'll need two things to support your elbows. Because you have this block up on the high side, you've created this kind of 45-degree angle for your spine. If you're letting your arms drop all the way to the floor, you'll end up feeling too much stretch across your chest. So putting two, here I've got pillows, whatever you might have available, putting those to either side for elbow rests will help create that container that I've been talking about. Then you'll need two blankets that are rolled up. I prefer rolling the blankets on the long edge. That way you'll have enough room to slide your feet away from you if you find that you're feeling a little too constrained. So as you roll these blankets up on the long edge, see if you can make them dense and firm supports. And you need one on each side. Then I also like to have a blanket over top of body. This is totally optional, not for warmth necessarily, especially given the season, but there's something about having the weight of an extra blanket over your body that can really help to cultivate a sort of downward feeling, downward movement that can help you rest. So just have that folded blanket for your belly or for your chest nearby. All right, the most complicated pose first. I promise we take things away from here. So once you're all set up, scoot back so that your pelvis is against the bolster. It's not on it, but there's no gap either. So you're really right up close. Place the soles of your feet on the floor so your knees are bent. And then draw these rolled up blankets in close. So just tuck them in from your ankle to your hips. Once those feel like they're cozied in, then join the soles of your feet together and open your knees into this diamond shape. And you can even pull the rolled up blankets in a little closer. You know, something that's a bit different in restorative yoga than other styles of yoga practice is we're not trying to create stretch. So if you're feeling stretch in your inner thighs, it means you need some more support under your legs. Really pull them in quite a bit. I like that you feel open, but I don't want it to feel like there's a stretch or a strain anywhere in your body, and especially not in your inner thighs in this position. Once you have that all organized, you can lie back into this 45-degree angle shape and then pull the pillows or whatever you're using there into your elbows. Here's where you can put your extra folded blanket over your belly or over the front of your chest. You can put it on in a way that it feels weighted and settling. And then you can also use your hands to tuck the blanket in around your neck and into the side of your ears, kind of like you're putting on a hood, but using the blanket for that. Once you've got yourself all cozied in, rest your hands on your belly or on your inner thighs and close your eyes. As you begin to relax your body into the support of the blankets and the bolster and the props you're using, it should feel like the props are sturdy enough that when you relax, you still feel held. That might require some adjustment or some movements. If there's any kind of reorganizing that needs to happen, now is the time. We're cultivating a quiet kind of stillness in this practice. But that doesn't mean that you're stuck. If you start to feel unsupported, then make the adjustments that would create sturdiness for you. Because you're so supported and contained by the props that you're using, you can let your mind and your body be more relaxed and more free. attention back from wherever your mind might have been. Notice how your body feels in this position. Deepen your breath. If you're using the blanket over the top of your body, move slowly to shuffle the blanket off to the side. Slide your hands to the outside of your thighs, and then use your hands to help gather your legs in and place the soles of your feet flat onto the floor. Extend your legs out straight in front of you and relax for just a moment. Feel the impact of the position you've just been holding. Keep in mind that you're up pretty high on this stack of things. Choose whichever side you'd like to roll over towards, and then use your hand on that side to shuffle the blanket and the pillows out of the way. And once the space next to you is clear, bend your knees. Roll over to your side, down off of your pile of props. Tuck your chin in and pull your knees in so you're curled in around your heart. Use the support of your hands and the strength of your arms. Push your body up into a seated position. Let your head be the last thing to arrive. Close your eyes if they weren't closed already. Feel the impact of the pose you've just practiced. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely with a sigh. Keeping your gaze soft, blink open your eyes. Take the blanket that you'd been using for your head and put it at the other end of your yoga mat. You can move your rolled up blankets out of the way. We'll use those for something else later on. You can also move whatever arm supports you had out of your way as well. Then lift up your bolster and take the tallest block away. Scoot that small block towards the very end of your bolster. So you've created a sort of sliding board effect again, just a much lower version. This next pose is a belly down posture, and this bolster will support one of your legs at a time. We're going to do the right leg first. So come to lie down on your belly so that you can use this pillow for your head. And as you get onto your belly, extend your left leg back along the bolster and lift your right leg up. Rest your right leg from your thigh to your foot on the bolster. Then you can turn your head to whichever direction you like. Though folks often find when the right leg is up, turning head to the right or letting left cheek rest against the pillow is the most comfortable option. Play around and see if you can find the just right version for you. Also explore the arm positions that might feel best for you. So it might be this sort of goal pose shape for your arms, or some folks find that their shoulders feel more comfortable when they've wrapped their arms kind of back towards their legs. If you're wearing glasses like I am, it might be nice to take your glasses off. And as per usual in our restorative poses, close your eyes. As you begin to relax your body, It should feel as if you're relaxing into a firm support. Make any adjustments to the props or to your body's position that will create more ease for you. And we rest. Bring your attention back from wherever your mind might have been. Take your time switching your legs in this pose. First, slide your right leg off of the bolster down to the right side. Then use your arms to carefully turn your head and reposition the left leg on the bolster. Make sure that your leg is supported from your thigh to your foot. Turn your head to the left, allowing your right cheek to rest against the blanket. Adjust your arms in any position that feels most comfortable for you. The side might feel completely different from the first side. It might require a different kind of adjustment. Take your time to get settled and relax. attention back from wherever your mind might have been. Take your time in this transition. First, slide your left leg off of the bolster down to the left side. Use the support of your hands and your arms to turn your head. And then push yourself up to all fours. Crawl your knees in and settle your hips back onto your heels into a child's pose. Bring your forearms under your forehead and curl in for just a breath or two. And using the support of your hands, push your body back up into your seated position. Close your eyes as you get back into your seat. Feel the impact of that pose that you've just practiced. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely with a sigh. Keeping your gaze soft. Blink open your eyes. Bring the folded blanket you were using back on top of your bolster and push the block out from underneath of it so that you can put your bolster flat. Then bring your rolled up blankets back, one to either side of your bolster. For this pose, position yourself so that you're starting with your right hip next to the bolster. Settle your legs together, kind of side saddled position, not stacked, but staggered. And then notice where your side is in relationship to the bolster. Line up so that the side seam of your shirt is running directly down the center line of the bolster. This is a twisting posture, but one where you twist both ribs and hips. Move your left ribs around towards the bolster, framing the bolster with each of your hands. Walk your arms out along the rolled up blankets and lower yourself down. Use the blankets to help prop up your arms, but to also create this kind of wide shape between your arms. Make any adjustments you need, particularly when it comes to the comfort of your head. Again, you might want to remove your glasses if you're wearing them. It's another nice place where you could put a blanket over your body, perhaps just over your legs or over your hips. It's also a place where you might find you like a blanket under you, a soft layer between your bottom hip and the floor. Give yourself a moment to get organized, just as you've done before. And close your eyes. Rest into the support of the props. Deepen your breath. Take your time. Find a way to use your arms. Press your hands down. Use your strong arms to push your body away from the bolster. Turn around so that you could place your left hip next to the bolster. Line yourself up so there's no gap, and set up so that the side seam of your shirt runs down the center of the bolster. Turn in such a way that your right ribs and your right hip turn with you. Frame the bolster, hold on to the blankets with your arms, and rest your left cheek on the bolster. This side might feel completely different from the first side. Make any adjustments that your body requires. Settle into the pose. Just rest. your attention back from wherever your mind might have been. Take your time to gather up and reposition your arms in such a way that they can support you. Then press down into your hands. Use your strong arms to guide your body back into seated position. Close your eyes as you get back into your seat. Feel the impact of the poses you've practiced. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely with a sigh. Keep your gaze soft as you blink open your eyes. Move that folded blanket to the other end of your yoga mat one more time. Then turn your body so you're facing your bolster. Place one rolled up blanket on top of the bolster, and then turn that structure so it's running parallel to the short end of your yoga mat. Place your second rolled up blanket at the very end of the mat. And then if you have any other props that are in the way, you can just tidy them up and move them off to the sides. For this setup, the bolster and the rolled up blanket fit under the back of your knees. That second rolled up blanket is to support your ankles or your heels. And you can adjust that so that your feet feel supported from your knees all the way down to your feet. Then once you have that set up, come to lie down on your back. Tuck your head blanket in around your ears. Snuggle yourself in. You can add that optional blanket over top of your body. And then test out the arm positions that feel best for you here. You might find that in this position you feel most comfortable with your hands on your belly. Though of course you're welcome to put your arms out to the sides. More classic arm position for Shavasana. Pick whichever hand position makes you feel the most comfortable. Just as we've been practicing, close your eyes and rest. attention back from wherever your mind might have been. Deepen your breath. Taking your time, bend your knees and place your feet on the roll that's on the bolster. Press the bolster and the rolled up blankets out of your way. Keep your head down, just use your feet and your legs. Once you can stretch your legs out along the floor, lift your arms up by your ears and give your whole body a big stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Then pull your knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug in. Roll over onto your side. Tuck your chin in and pull your knees in. Curl in like you're curled in around your heart. Use the support of your hands and your arms. Let your head feel heavy. It can be the last thing that arrives as you get back into your seat. Close your eyes if they weren't closed already. Feel the impact of those poses you've just practiced. Rejoin your palms together back in front of your heart. There's room to set another intention here for however you hope to take some benefit from this practice off your mat. We sing Om as a way to connect our individual energy into something that's expansive and collective. We sing as a way to honor the wisdom and the ritual and the traditions of a yoga practice. I invite you to add your voice to mine, or if you're in a place for just listening, that is always fine. Please exhale your breath all the way out. Inhale deeply. May this practice help to remind us that there's a wellspring of peace and restfulness in us, and that we can access it when we need it. It's our hope that all beings everywhere might remember the same thing about the peacefulness in them. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Peace, peace, peace.